If your dog sits quietly by your feet every night, you might not say it out loud, but that's real trust. A lot of folks think winning a dog's heart is as simple as handing out treats or scratching a belly. But you know better, don't you? Especially if you've lived through loss, if it's just you and your dog now. The truth is, trust takes time, and it shows up in ways most people never notice. In fact, there's one sign, number 4, that almost everyone misses, yet it's the clearest proof your dog would give his life for you. Want to know if your dog sees you as his one true family? Let's begin. Sign number 1 brings you toys. It may look like nothing more than a ragged old tennis ball or a chewed-up bone, but when your dog drops it at your feet, he's not just giving you junk. He's giving you his treasure. Think about it, dogs guard what's theirs. Some will even growl if you reach for their favorite toy. So why would yours willingly hand it over to you? Have you ever wondered why he chooses you and not anyone else to share the one thing he loves most? It's because he trusts you enough to let his guard down, to believe you won't take it away forever. For a rescue dog, this moment can be even more powerful. That gift in your lap isn't about the toy, it's about saying, "You're my person. You're my pack." And once you see it that way, you'll never look at that battered old ball the same again. Sign number 2, sleeps in your room. When your dog chooses to sleep in your room, it isn't just about comfort. Out in the wild, wolves only rest close to the ones they'd trust with their lives. Your dog carries that same instinct. So when he curls up at the foot of your bed or stretches out across the rug by your nightstand, what is he really telling you? Isn't it the same as a soldier saying, "I've got your back through the night"? Maybe you've noticed that he doesn't always pick the coziest spot in the house, yet somehow he always ends up next to you. Why is that? Because for him, the safest place isn't the softest bed. It's wherever you are. And every night he spends by your side is his way of keeping watch, trusting that if danger came, you'd do the same for him. Sign number 3, eye contact. Most dogs avoid a long stare. In their world, holding another's gaze can mean a challenge, even a threat. So why does your dog meet your eyes and hold them with such steady calm? Have you ever felt that moment when his gaze lingers as if he's reading something inside you that no one else can see? Science tells us that when a dog looks into your eyes, both of you release oxytocin, the same bonding hormone a mother feels with her newborn child. Isn't it incredible that a simple look can bridge two species carrying the weight of trust that words could never hold? And think about this. How many people in your life have you truly trusted enough to let them see straight into you? When your dog does it, he's saying without a sound, "You are my world, and I am safe in yours." Sign number 4 listens to you. Obedience can be forced, but trust cannot. Any trainer with a heavy hand can make a dog sit out of fear. But have you ever seen the difference when a dog listens because he truly wants to? Think about it when you call his name, and he comes without hesitation. Is that just training, or is it faith? For a rescue dog who once flinched at every voice, that moment of calm response is nothing short of a miracle. Doesn't it feel different when he follows your cue? Not with fear in his eyes, but with ease, like he's saying, "I know you won't hurt me. I know you'll guide me," right? This is the sign most people overlook. Yet, it's the clearest proof that loyalty is born from respect, not control. And once you've seen that kind of trust, you'll never confuse obedience with love again. Sign number 5. Calm when you leave. If your dog doesn't panic when you walk out the door, that's not indifference, it's confidence. Have you noticed how some dogs cry scratch or tear the house apart the moment their person leaves? Why do you think yours doesn't. It's because he trusts in something deeper than the sound of your footsteps. He trusts in the pattern of your love. He knows you've never failed him, not once, and so he waits with steady patience. Doesn't that calm presence remind you of an old friend who never doubts you'll keep your word? Think about how rare it is to be believed in that completely. For your dog, your return isn't a question, it's a certainty. And that quiet faith is more powerful than any bark or whine because it means he carries no fear that you'll ever let him down. Sign number 6. Relaxed body language. Have you noticed the way his mouth falls slightly open? His eyes blink slow. His tail loose and easy, not stiff. That isn't just comfort, it's surrender. In the wild, no animal relaxes in the presence of danger. So why does your dog let every muscle soften when he's near you? Isn't it because he believes you've taken the weight of the watch onto your shoulders? Picture a soldier laying down his weapon after a long march, or a truck driver finally kicking off his boots after the road. It's that same release, that same trust that someone else is holding the line. And doesn't it stir something in you, knowing that his safety is written into the way he rests against your chair? Every slow breath he takes by your side is his way of saying, "You can guard me now. I am safe, because of you." Sign number 7 follows your lead. Out on a walk, have you ever felt his eyes flick back toward you, just for a moment, as if to make sure he's on the right path? That tiny glance isn't habit, it's trust. Studies show dogs look to their owners in uncertain moments the way children look to a parent. So when he slows down at a crossroads or circles back in the park to check on you, what do you think he's really asking? Isn't it? Are we okay? Are we safe? For a man who's lived a life of leading or being led, this quiet question carries weight. And the answer you give, not in words but in your presence, shapes his courage. He follows your lead because you are his compass, the signal he reads before stepping forward. And every time he checks in, he's telling you, your direction is my direction. Sign number 8 puts paw on you. When his paw rests on your knee, it may seem like nothing more than a small touch. But isn't it amazing how much can be said without a single word? You reach out to pet him, and instead of just receiving, he gives back, pressing his paw gently against you. Why would he do that unless he wanted to hold the connection, the way two old friends clasp hands when words aren't enough? For someone who's lost a partner, that paw can feel like the closest thing to family, still reaching for you in the dark. Isn't it true that in that small wait you hear him say, "Don't let go, I'm here"? It's not demand, it's devotion, a reminder that love doesn't always speak, it touches. And in that brief wordless gesture, he tells you that you are his anchor, his home. Sign number 9 checks on you. You close the bathroom door, and there he is waiting on the other side. You move to the kitchen, and he follows just far enough to keep you in sight. Ever wonder why he does that? Some laugh and call it clingy, but isn't it really the deepest form of loyalty? In his mind, you are the heart of the pack, and if the heart disappears, what happens to the rest? So he checks quietly, faithfully, not because he doubts you'll return, but because he wants to be sure his world is still steady. Doesn't it feel almost like having a guardian who refuses to leave his post, even for a moment? And isn't it humbling to realize you are the one he orbits, the one he cannot imagine losing? Every step he takes to find you is his silent way of saying, "As long as you're here, I am safe." Sign Charter 2010 shows belly, turns back. When he rolls onto his back or stretches out with his spine exposed, he is doing the one thing nature has trained him never to do: give up his defenses. Have you thought about what that means? In the wild, the belly is life itself, the place predators strike. Yet in your presence, he flips over paws in the air, eyes soft. Why would he risk everything unless he believed without a shadow of doubt that you would never hurt him? And when he turns his back to you, lying there with teeth pointed away, isn't that the ultimate declaration of trust? It's like a soldier placing his weapon at your feet, saying, "I am yours to protect." Doesn't it stir something deep inside, knowing you are the one soul he can surrender his whole body to? In that vulnerable posture, he's writing the clearest love letter he knows. My life is safe with you. From a chewed-up ball dropped at your feet to the quiet gaze that lingers longer than words, every one of these signs is a language of trust. You've seen how he waits calmly when you leave, how he follows your lead. Without question, how he surrenders his most vulnerable side, just to lie near you. Isn't it humbling to realize that to him, you are not just a companion, you are the whole world? And doesn't that stir a deeper question? What do we do with a trust? This rare, this complete. Having your dog's faith is not a small thing. It's the greatest gift he can give. So guard it, honor it, never take it lightly. Because in the end, it isn't about teaching him tricks or feeding him meals. It's about being worthy of the one soul who believes in you, without hesitation. Now tell me, how does your dog show his trust in you? Share it, because your story might be the reminder someone else needs tonight, that they too are not alone.